Welcome to Life, Death, and the Law, presented by the law firm of Deason, Garner, and Hansen, hosted by attorneys Sean Garner and Adam Hansen.
Weren't you telling me about some test or study they did recently where individuals were told that they were something?
Oh, yeah.
What was this that you were telling me? I was hardly listening to you.
Yeah, sure. Common trend.
Yeah.
I'm
sure it was important.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us.
He's a husband and father of six. He gets it a lot.
Yeah. I'm just fighting for my life. I'm trying to get my opinion across.
Can you just pass the
Yeah,
potatoes?
So there was a study done, I don't know how recent it was, if this is recent or not, but essentially they took a bunch of people and they put them into hair and makeup. The idea was they were going to disfigure their face, like put makeup scars on their faces. And then they were told the people that had the scars on their faces that they were going to go into a job interview and they wanted just to see how the interview would go. But what they didn't tell the people that they had previously marred their faces is that they were going to wipe off the makeup before they went to the interview. So the people who were going into the interview thought they had scars on their faces. In reality, they didn't. So they do the job interview, and then they get asked, how did you feel you were treated in the interview? And a overwhelming number of them said that I felt like I was being judged. I can't believe they said something. Like I could tell that they were referencing the scars on my faces. And in reality, there was nothing there. So the study is meant, I think, to shed light on the perception of victimhood, that if you go into a situation believing that people are looking at you a certain way, you are going to read in to other people's behavior towards you and choose to be a victim. And that's, I think we see that a lot in today's world.
So what I hear you to say is this study, the results kind of came out that you manifest what you perceive yourself as.
Correct.
I've heard that before. My wife is she's a trained elementary school teacher, and when she's going through that training, I think it was when she was going at Arizona State, she learned about when you interact with a child, you have to be very careful not to tell them they are something in a negative sense, like you're an idiot, because then they start to kind of act that way, you know? I don't know if that's true or not. Again, I probably wasn't listening as much as I should have been.
Yeah, I think that's true. At any time, I've seen other studies like that. Like they've done studies where they've told, they do a study in like an inner city where there's a high favorableness of youth to want to be professional athletes, for example. They'll do a study where they'll tell somebody, people who are prone to athleticism excel in this study before they actually do it. And then they'll take the same control group and they'll say people who are academically good test takers will excel in this. And the same type of people with the same test scores perform well if they think that they're supposed to perform well. So people who identify themselves as athletes and were told prior to that athletes should do well on this do well.
That's interesting. That's a cool concept. We got to go to a break. This is Life, Death, and Law. We'll be back after this.
If you have questions or want to know more about something that was discussed today, please call the law firm of Deason, Garner, and Hansen at 928-783-4575 or visit yumaestateplanning.com.